We are going to talk this morning to intern Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Intern Zach, good morning.
Good morning. I'm glad to be aboard with you this morning.
We're glad you're here. Now, we had an intern last summer, I believe it was during the summer.
Yes.
Whose name was also Zach. And we coined the phrase on Men Mornings with Amy, intern Zach. And so here you are again. I like intern Zach, the second one. A reference to Sharknado 2, the second one, just in case people didn't get that Sharknado 2 was a sequel. So Zach, intern Zach, the second one, but you call him something else.
I call him Z2 the Zackening. Zach Woolridge was our intern last year. Right?
You are Zach Powell, and you are with us for the entire summer. So welcome to Somerset 106. How have you fit in so far? Do you like it here? Do you like us?
Yes, I do. I like all of you. It's a great place to be, and everybody's friendly and works as a team. Gets things done.
So you're going to be around with us for a while, and you're here when guests come into the show, so people need to get to know who you are. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started the broadcasting stuff probably in elementary school. I did the morning and afternoon announcements. In middle school, I was in a communications program. I worked behind the scenes, working the switchboard and the audio board for the newscasts and stuff during the school day.
So you've been doing radio and for a little while, going back to the middle school days.
Yep, I've loved it ever since. And in high school, I started up an internet radio station out of my house called the Powell Radio Network, and I did some comedy bits, took phone calls on the air, took requests, and
so you do comedy?
Oh yeah,
really?
I could also do voices too, good impressions.
Okay, so impressions.
Now, yeah.
Okay. Oh goodness, what's your best impression?
Well, I made up a couple characters. One character is named Mr. Waffles. He lives in New Orleans, and he talks like this.
Do you do impressions of celebrities, people that people may know? Back
during the election year of, I believe it was before 2012, of course. I can't do math in my head, sorry. I'm good at talking, but not good at math. But I did impressions of the president at the time, George Bush and Obama, Sarah Palin.
Wait, you do a Sarah Palin impersonation?
Yeah.
Let's start with George W. because I love George W. Do George W.
All right, I haven't done it in a long time, but I'll try here. Hey, America, how you doing? This is George W. Bush.
That's pretty good, man.
Okay. Let's try Sarah Palin.
Oh, we're just a team of mavericks.
That's not bad. So you are
I like that one better than W.
A comedian as well. That's interesting. So where are your future plans after you leave us this summer? What do you want to do?
Well, I want to start a career in radio, doing some announcing, maybe have my own show one day on a station where I live around, something local, and stay there for quite a bit. Now, like I said, I want to make a career out of it.
If you had your own show, what would you want it to be about? What would you want the focus of the show to be?
Mainly the comedy, phone calls and everything, taking requests, and, of course, the music, too. And I like the music you play here at Somerset 106. It sounds just like the music I would play on my little radio station.
That was my next question. What type of music do you like?
Well, I like just about everything. I'd say my favorite is bluegrass. You gain a new appreciation for bluegrass once you see a concert.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Who's
you
your
have to see it
favorite
live.
bluegrass performer?
I would say the last person I saw, I liked him a lot. His name was Sam Bush.
I've heard of Sam Bush.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing? You hang out most of the time with Greg here in the mornings in the studio during the morning mix. Has he either, one, scared you out of the business or just scared you, or has he imparted any radio wisdom? What have you learned so far?
Well, he's definitely given me a whole lot of wisdom and technical knowledge about how everything works here. Sorry, I don't mean to beat on the table here. But,
the sign. We need the sign. Do not beat on the table.
Yes, sir. But, yeah, he's a smart guy. He's been on the radio for longer than I've been alive.
Ages. Longer than you've been alive. That's great. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So, do you know who Rick Astley is?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Because if you didn't, we were going to have to stop our interview right right away.
Yeah.
Did you know that Rick Astley was the first person I ever interviewed on Mid Mornings with Amy?
Really?
We debuted this show almost 2 years ago, Greg, May the 20th. May the 20th. And Rick Astley called in from London, England.
Did a phoner with us, like the whole,
Talked to us about 18 minutes or so.
Yeah, he was great.
Wow.
Yeah, he was
And
super cool.
He was the first interview on this show. And since then, I have reached out to, have not heard back from, but have reached out to Carly Simon, Boy George, and I'm getting ready to contact George Michael.
Ooh.
So
John Oates is who we need to get an interview with.
I've tried to go to his website, and there's no way to contact him. So I would love John Oates to call in on the show. But anyway, I am working on some more Rick Astley type people to come on the show. But he was great. And what's your favorite Rick Astley song? Let's see how much you actually know about him. Can you name a song?
Never gonna give you up.
Okay, you're okay. You're okay. We're talking with intern Zach this morning. He is with us all summer long here at Somerset 106. And if you come to our studio, he may be here. So we want to get to know a little bit about who he is. We'll be right back on Mid Mornings with Amy, presented by the Mole Hole of Somerset. Welcome back to Mid Mornings with Amy. It is Thursday, May the 7th, 8:48 in the morning, and we do have a mid-mornings question for you this morning. We have had guests on the show all this week, which has been wonderful, but when we have a guest, we don't do a mid-mornings question because it takes up a little time. But we do have some tickets to give away this morning on the show for the first person to call in with the correct answer to our question who has not won a prize on Mid-Mornings with Amy in the month of May, which is pretty much no one, because we haven't done a mid-mornings question in the month of May. We're also talking with intern Zach, the second one, this morning on the show, and he is still here. I didn't ask you, but you're from this area, right?
I grew up in Louisville, and then when my parents retired, they moved to Columbia. And I decided to move down to Somerset because I thought there would be a good opportunity here for me to get a job.
So how long have you been here in Somerset?
I'd say since last October, I think. I'm pretty sure.
So this is home for you now, at least for a little while.
Home sweet home, yes.
We have a question, as I said this morning, so we'll get to that. The number to the studio is 679-9959, 679-9959. And the question this morning is, who has been the youngest person ever to host Saturday Night Live? Are you an SNL fan, Zach?
I am.
You are. Who has been the youngest person ever to host Saturday Night Live? The number to the studio, 679-9959, 679-9959. You don't have to know necessarily how old they were, but who has been the youngest person ever to host SNL? Good morning. You're on Mid Mornings with Amy.
Hey, good morning, Amy. I'm going to make a guess. I'm thinking Colin McCalkin.
No, that is a good guess, though, but that's not the right answer. But
Okay,
good guess.
Thank you.
That would have been my guess.
Was not Macaulay Culkin. Good morning. You're on Mid Mornings with Amy.
Yes, I was going to say Drew Barrymore.
And you would be saying that correctly. It was Drew Barrymore. She was only 7 years old when she hosted SNL. She was promoting E.T. Remember E.T.?
Yep.
Congratulations. What's your name?
Kara.
Well, Kara, do you know where we are here at Somerset 106 so that you can pick up your tickets to a baseball game?
I sure do.
Okay, well, we'll have them waiting here for you, okay?
All right, thanks a bunch.
Thank you. Kara knew that. Drew Barrymore. She was just a little girl. She was in E.T.
And she's been back many times
She has.
since. She's in some of my favorite skits ever.
And I believe it was 1982 when she hosted SNL. And since 1982, she's still the youngest person ever to host SNL.
Wow.
So you're an SNL fan.
Yes.
Who has been your favorite character throughout the years on the show?
Character or comedian?
Yeah.
Person on SNL.
Yeah.
Performer. Cast member. Cast member is probably the best way to phrase that. Your favorite cast member.
I'd have to say Will Ferrell.
Oh, I loved Will Ferrell. And you,
Pound
you,
for pound,
you did
he's
an,
hard to beat.
You did an impression of George W. Bush, and he was the best ever at imitating George W. Bush on that show.
I think Farrell helped get Bush elected personally.
He may have. He was an amazing George W. Bush. I think he did George Bush better than Tina Fey did Sarah Palin, and she was great.
I think he does George Bush better than George Bush does George Bush.
Maybe
That's what I think.
Maybe W takes tips from Will Ferrell
Exactly.
on how to act.
Look how likable I am when Will does me.
But he's great. Will Ferrell is great. I may have to say that's my favorite as well. He's pretty good. What about you, Greg? We've never really talked about SNL.
Pound for pound, probably Will
Really?
Ferrell, yeah. I just can't imagine how it could be anybody else for anybody, pretty much. I mean, he just did it all. He's the total package.
The
Will
total
Ferrell.
package.
He is.
Will Ferrell. Well, congratulations to Carol. She won our mid-mornings question this morning and has 2 tickets to a Bowling Green's Hot Rod baseball game waiting for her. And we will be right back on Mid-Mornings with Amy and Zach. We've got a song coming up.
Yes, ma'am. Somerset is the location. 106.1 is the station with Royals by Lord.
Thank you so much for joining me this morning on Mid-Mornings with Amy. It is Thursday, May the 7th, and we've been getting to know intern Zach, the second one this morning, because he'll be with us all summer out and about with live remotes and here in the studio, so we want people to get to know him a little bit. Favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Yes.
I have to say Hi-Fi.
Favorite song?
Favorite song? I'd say the one that just played, Royals by Lord.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Favorite president?
Favorite president? Oh, I don't have one.
Oh, you don't have a favorite
Teddy
president.
Roosevelt. That's mine.
At least the ones in my lifetime I haven't favored, but...
Well, we're glad you're here. We hope you stay a while. Don't let Greg scare you off.
Oh, I
and
won't.
Thanks for being on the show this morning. Don't forget, we will be back tomorrow on Mid-Mornings with Amy for a Did You Know Friday. And Sunday is Mother's Day, so if you haven't got Mom a gift yet, you might want to get started on that. I'll see you tomorrow.